This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, May 17th. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. Good weekend?
Yeah. I was just dancing to the theme tune. I've been listening to it every day for 3 years, and it still doesn't get old.
There it goes. You know, that
It's
happens
Monday.
As soon as I hear the song, I'm like, oh man, it's like wherever I'm at. I have to get fixed up. How about you? Good weekend?
Great weekend. You know, just hung out. It's kind of low key. But I saw your IG story, your event, your thing was popping.
Stephanie's making her way into the neighborhood, huh? As a community leader.
community. I like that community leader. Yeah, no, it was really fun, and there was a lovely event, and it's the first time we're going to be talking about masks and policies moving on to the next story. But in Colorado now, if you're outside and you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
I have one of those over the weekend. I had my mother-in-law in town, and me and Jordan got to do a little husband and wife thing, but good lead in there, Steph. All right, so we're going to start with Ricky Schroeder, former Silver Spoon star, is facing some backlash today. He posted a video of a confrontation he had over the weekend with a Costco worker in California. How dare you, over the store's mask policy. Let's watch.
Why aren't you letting me in? Because in the state of California and the county of Los Angeles, there has been and Costco, there's been no change to our mask policy. Not in the state of California or in the county of Los Angeles. Didn't you see the news? You didn't see the news.
I'm getting my refund. I'm getting my refund from Costco. I suggest everybody in California get their refund from Costco. Give up your membership to Costco.
You're the manager?
I'm the manager.
Okay, I'm suggesting everybody in California get a refund from Costco until this rule is lifted. Thank you.
I will never, Ricky Schroeder. This all happened after the CDC's announcement that masks are not mandatory, but only if you're vaccinated and around others who are vaccinated. So a lot of people said Ricky unfairly harassed the workers. I agree. He did later post an apology on Instagram. Let's check it out.
I understand that you are following their laws and rules. I was trying to make a point to the corporate overlords, and sorry that I had to use you to do it. And I'm sorry. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize.
Well, I'm glad he apologized. I was being a little cheeky during that. That was your word. But listen, number one, I love Costco. I really do. I love it. I go into Costco here in Denver. I'm not even joking. People are like, hey, Jeff, what's up, man? Watch the show today. Great people. I'm not even joking. Great people over there. I love Costco. I go there once a week. Number two, you don't do that to people. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely not. So obviously right now in every single state in America, the rules are different and they're changing all the time. The same as in England too, with our travel restrictions and all sorts of different things. It depends if you're vaccinated, and also even if you are vaccinated and you're in a crowd, you should still wear your mask and so on and so forth. If you're going into a really busy store like Costco, you don't know what the people around you, if they have or haven't been vaccinated. And also, out of pure respect, regardless of whether or not the rules had changed even that second, I think out of pure courtesy and respect, you shouldn't talk to somebody like that. It's outrageous.
But that's what the theatrics are for. And that was my first time seeing that, and I really got upset over that, you know, because you're a bully, you're a punk, and you're gonna put that on, and you're gonna put that on with knowing who knows how many followers this guy has, and you know we're in the day and age to where if I'm Team Jeff and Jeff posts something, I'm gonna go harass that Costco guy now because Ricky Schroeder said that they're trying to take down whatever, and we gotta wear a mask. That's a punk, and yeah, I'm glad he apologized, but if you're really talking about I was frustrated with the corporate structure, you've got the backing, you've got the money to go after Costco to make it into a bigger thing than going after the greeter. Right. So beyond the apology, he needs to come out and do a little bit something more when it comes to that guy. And if you really are upset, then really go after Costco, like you're saying, tough guy.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna, and he's just using them as like a pawn in his political agenda, right?
Absolutely.
So those guys are out there working. I commend you guys. Just out there working in general, right?
Yep.
You're out there trying to get a paycheck during COVID. Right.
You know, a lot of people are still afraid to leave their homes. A lot of people are still, I've got people that are incredibly sick in hospitals. You know, we're not at the end of this. There is light at the end of the tunnel. People are being vaccinated.
Yes.
But just respect to the people around you, regardless of whether you want to wear a mask or not. If you're going into a public arena where there's people, you have to respect their wishes.
Absolutely. And shout out to Costco. I love you. All right. Courtney Love is slamming an upcoming Hulu series about the life of Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee. Now, in a now deleted Facebook post, Courtney called the upcoming comedy Pam and Tommy a disgusting invasion of privacy that destroyed her friend's life. The series stars Lily James as Pam and Sebastian Stan as Tommy Lee and follows their marriage after their sex tape was stolen from their home and then leaked to the public. In the post, Courtney said the show wanted to use her 1994 Rolling Stones magazine cover in the series, but she said no. She also said the sex tape caused massive trauma to Pam, her family and her finances. Listen, we've talked about this in the past, all the way from the Donald Trump book, I know I said that word, it's very triggering to people, to other movies that are made, the Tiger Woods documentary. I do not like when the people who are the stars, who they're using their likeness, are not involved with things like this. I don't like it.
I know, and it's amazing. So I wasn't sure about the legalities of this, and our amazing producer Chris said to us this morning that in fact you can do that in the USA. It's completely legal for people to write an unauthorized, biography, a movie, a series, anything on your life. I mean, and it happens all the time when you think about it, and it's kind of wild that people can get away with it, to be honest.
Because you're not approving or disproving in this matter any of the stories, right? Even Kris Kardashian had a book written, someone's profiting off of their likeness.
I mean, my favorite show on Netflix, Narcos. Pablo Escobar's brother, I don't know if his older brother, younger brother, Pablo Escobar's brother, was ready to go to war with Netflix. His son has come out and has listed misinformations and things that they got wrong. So when we're sitting here and we're talking about someone, I know Pablo Escobar is, bad person, but when we're talking about interesting character, these two, Pamela Lee and Tommy, see, I did that.
Put it together,
buddy. I did that before we were even doing that with the couples. But they're iconic.
Absolutely.
You have to get this right, and there can't be any misinformations in there. So I understand why they would be mad, and I mean, that's before sex tapes were cool. That was before leaking sex tapes were cool, let's be honest. So she doesn't want to go through that again.
And it said it hurt her finances, which, this is just Courtney Love saying. I thought it kind of skyrocketed them to the next level, embarrassing as it was.
Obviously, I'm sure it was incredibly embarrassing, and it's something that she did not want to be out at all. She didn't, obviously. But yeah, you've got to think about it. Brands affiliate you in certain ways, and she could have had some brand deals or partnerships that may have dropped her due to that. Absolutely. You've got to think, and things like this, like remember when Kanye West did the video and there was there was Donald Trump that was naked, there was Rihanna, there was Ray J. No, just me, Taylor Swift, and he made models, literally lifelike models of them all naked in bed together, and they all lost their minds.
Stephanie, I'm questioning
even Anna Wintour from Vogue. It was so controversial, and they couldn't do anything.
Did we do the story here? I think they should have.
Isn't the song Famous? I think it's the song Famous. We was talking about Taylor Swift or whatever.
All right, I must have been off that day because usually
it was a long time ago. But again, it was Kanye went to the extremes of literally getting these amazing lifelike waxwork models, putting them in compromising positions and filming it. They didn't do it. They couldn't do anything.
Only in America.
Wow. There you go. A little Rocky V quote, right?
No, I thought that was Don King.
Yeah, but then he's doing that character.
Oh, he's the guy.
Remember, you touch me and I'll sue. You know what I'm talking about? Me and Brandon got this weird thing. All right, coming up on DBL, we're catching up with actress Mary Lou Henner. Did she really date two of her Taxi co-stars back in the day? And Bruce Willis's daughter Tallulah is getting real about body image. She's opening up about her past insecurities. That's coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
Some of the criticism the CDC has faced was it was underselling vaccines by not allowing vaccinated people more freedom. That's because the data we now have on the COVID vaccines shows they are extremely effective in preventing severe disease. Experts now have more than just the results of the clinical trials. They have real-world data. The initial trials show the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines were at least 95% effective, with Johnson & Johnson's more than 70%. And when it came to hospitalization and death, they were all close to 100%. But what happened in the real world? Israel had one of the most aggressive vaccination campaigns, and it found Pfizer's vaccine was about 90% effective overall, and even better at preventing severe illness, meaning Israel's daily new cases have fallen 95%, and daily deaths are in the single digits. One reason the CDC was cautious was because of concerns that even vaccinated people could still spread the disease. But as more shots are going into arms, it's looking like that is not the case. One real-world study found the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines helped prevent transmission, not just symptoms. So now the focus moves from face masks to encouraging everyone to get vaccinated.
Welcome back to DBL. Bruce Willis's daughter, Tallulah Willis, says she struggled with looking more like her dad. In a candid Instagram post, Tallulah said she resented being told she looked like Bruce growing up and believed she was unlovable because of her, quote, masculine features. Oh, that's sad. She also said she punished herself for not looking like her mom, Demi Moore. Is it Demi or Demi? Whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. After being told she was her dad's twin since birth, she has since come to realize that's not true and that she is, quote, valuable and worthy at any life stage and size or hairdo. Great.
There we go.
There we go.
No, I mean, I kind of understand that. You know, if you're a young lady growing up, especially in Hollywood, and you have like those masculine features from your dad, you can understand why people, you know, why you'd feel some sort of way. Obviously, I mean, look at Khloe Kardashian. She looked like O.J. Simpson, her dad. No, that was a joke. But you know, but when it comes to like your parents, like I got my dad's athleticism and everything, but every time I'm like hanging out with my mom, she'll be sitting there like staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me? She'll be like, you know you look like your mama, right?
Oh,
like,
they're trying to claim you.
But now I'm trying to be like, oh, are you trying to tell me something? Do we have the picture right here?
There you go.
There we go.
I
We
do
look
think you
just
look like
alike.
your
So,
mom.
Which one are you, Brandon?
What about you?
before the fro and after the fro.
I love Sister Girl.
You
I love
look
Sister
so-
Girl.
you guys
You
look
guys are best
alike.
friends. It's so cute.
It's cute.
It's creepy too.
But that's why I think
No.
sometimes when you act alike too,
Yeah.
you guys you start to look alike,
Yeah,
right? Even
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
even people say like their dogs, they look alike. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
If you
yeah.
hang out with someone so much, that's you and your mom. You guys hang
Jeff,
out
who
so
do
much.
you look like?
I look like, you know what's weird? As I get older, I see my dad, like when I look in the mirror at some angles, and I see my mom. But a lot of people tell me I look like my grandfather. So that's my grandfather.
Okay.
This is back in Italy. But that's who my
no,
family
I think
says.
I see that.
Y'all's
look
hair
like
is
a
the
little bit.
same. Y'all got the same
I think
slick
you
back
same
hair.
nose.
Yeah, I think so.
Same nose,
Well,
I
you know,
think.
the Italian style nose right there.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
like that. That's good.
All right, there we go. How about you, Steph?
I don't know. I think I'm a real mix of my mum and dad. I think we've got my sister's in there too, so maybe you think I look more like my sister. So I'm looking at the camera, sorry.
Your mom,
so
for sure.
I think my eyes, this area is my dad. To the T.
Oh, I kind of, I
and
didn't
then
see
this
that.
area is
Is
more my
mom,
mom.
yeah.
It's really weird. I'm like a 50-50 split. It's
You
weird.
and your sister have like the same mouth. And your mom, you're right.
It's really weird when you see me with I don't have a picture of my brother, unfortunately, but like when I'm with my brother and I look really alike, which is really weird.
Do you guys notice as you get older, the more you look, or no? Is that just me because I'm the oldest?
I think different parts of your life, you tend to change though, don't you?
Yeah.
I definitely have my dad's hairline. Like, this thing is gone. It's a cul-de-sac. We got the McDonald's arches. We got the McDowell's arches in my family. Like, thanks, Dad.
See, I
thanks,
told you
Dad.
we ran with those movie lines. All right, coming up on DBL, we're talking to Taxi star Mary Lou Henner. Did you know she's got an incredible memory? We're putting it to the test. That's next.
One of the many side effects of COVID-19 is children have more screen time. Whether it's because of online learning or parents needing to distract kids while working from home, researchers say screen time increased 50%. And while we would love to think those kids were only using devices for educational purposes, that same research showed sites like YouTube and the gaming platform Roblox saw the biggest spikes in usage. Experts warn that the effects from this change will continue much longer for kids than it would adults. That means there won't be a stark difference between their online and offline worlds. Since kids have now learned to go online for everything from socializing to schoolwork, screens have become a major part of their identity. So what can you do? Child behavior experts say now's the time to start weaning kids off the screens and reintroducing limits. But you can't just take the screen away, you have to replace it with something else. That means finding activities you feel comfortable doing with your child. Going to a zoo, a park, something active that will engage them. And that could be good for the whole family.
Wow, that brings back memories. That's actress Mary Lou Henner and Danny DeVito in the hit 80s show Taxi. The show also launched the careers of Tony Danza, if you remember, Christopher Lloyd, Judd Hirsch, and the late Andy Kaufman, of course. Earlier, Mary Lou spoke about her time on the show and wowed us with her amazing memory. That's in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Mary Lou Henner joined. Yes! Welcome, Mary Lou. We are all big
party.
Oh, okay. It's always
Friday.
party. It is Friday. Yes. Welcome to the party. Let's get right to it. You've been open about how you dated both Tony Danza and Judd Hirsch while you were shooting Taxi. How did you keep things civil?
You know what? Here's the thing. It was 77 guys and me. Tony and I started dating like right away within the first couple of weeks. Then we kind of broke up because I knew he was going to be wild. He knew I was going to be wild. Ooh. And then Judd and I found ourselves in a relationship. And even though we all broke up, we are like still best friends. We just did our 11th Zoom during the pandemic. We just did it last Sunday to celebrate Jim Brooks's birthday. Yeah. And Tony had us doing like an American Idol, judging cops singing and kids singing and performing and everything else. I see these guys all the time. We're totally current with one another. And I'm the kind of person who breaks up with people and then I invite them to one of my weddings. You know, I don't stay mad at people. They don't stay mad at me. I just feel like there are so few people that you fall madly in love with in your life. There's a reason that you do, and why lose a certain connection? Plus, we were all in the trenches together, so it was easy.
That's mature.
Yeah, I mean, it's mature. It's so weird. I think, you know, that's what you should look for when you have a new partner is like, how do you and your exes get along? Because if you don't speak to any of your exes and you hate each other,
red flag,
I think that's a bad sign. I think it's because it's like, hey, we had an adult discussion and we went our different ways, but we like each other. Beautiful. Yep. All right. Now I'm asking this. Yeah. I am asking this as a professional comic and somebody that is obsessed with Andy Kaufman. He played Locke on Taxi. Oh. He was an eccentric, but obviously a brilliant comedian. But I have to know, because only you know this, what was the real Andy like?
Well, you know, don't think he was anything like Jim Carrey played him in Man on the Moon, because Jim was always like on and a little crazy. And if you saw the documentary Jim and Andy, you understand that he sort of had his own agenda going with that part. Andy was like a sweet boy next door from Great Neck. He considered himself a song and dance man. We talked a lot about musical theater. He was always singing and dancing. Definitely, he was a provocateur. Definitely, he would do anything to stir up the audience and do crazy things, but he knew every second of the day what it was that he was doing, you know, and that was his brilliance. It's not like he was always a little wild, you know, he was totally normal and then would do something a little insane.
He's amazing.
I miss him. He was great.
He reminds me a little bit of Sacha Baron Cohen. Has that really detailed provocateur in him, right? I think that's better than Jim Carrey. I agree with you. Okay, first off, you're my favorite movie of all time. Noise is Off. I had to say it. My parents would be so mad.
She said it during the commercial break as well.
I'm so thrilled to meet you. Really, it's such an honor to meet you. Number one, Carol Burnett. Anyway, I wanted to ask you this. You have something very fascinating about yourself, and it's called Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory. I couldn't remember it, so I had to read it, which is embarrassing. So I'm gonna, there's like 100 people in the world that have this, right? So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you a date, and I want you to recall what happened, okay?
Wait, can you tell everybody really quickly what that is?
You literally can't, but why doesn't Mary Lou tell us?
Okay, basically, I remember every day of my life, but I remember what happened to me. Not so much world events, not so much, what show. It's through my eyes. It's like my autobiographical memory. So I'm not a trivia expert. It's not like you can give me something that happened in history all the time. Do you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it depends. Your mouth is open, so obviously that's where you guys were going.
Yeah, 'cause
why don't
I'm
we
like,
do
that's
somebody's
what
birthday?
That's
great. That's great.
Do-
Okay.
do-
Let's do each other's.
6, 1980.
One of your birthdays.
August 6, 1980.
I'm sorry, what?
August 6th, 1980.
1980? Okay. Okay. So August 6th, 1980 was a Wednesday, right? Yes. August 6th, 1980. Oh, you know what I did? I saw the movie Fame that day.
Do you know that?
I saw the movie Fame that day.
That's insane.
And you could look, it was like in the movie theater. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
And I was, weren't you born on a Wednesday? Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
were.
was. No,
You
I
were born
was.
on a Wednesday.
I was born on
Yeah.
a Wednesday.
Okay,
Yeah.
try January
So you can
12th,
see.
1982. Can you do that?
Yes. January 12th, 1982 was a Tuesday.
That's right.
Right?
I was born on
That's
a Tuesday.
unbelievable.
January 12th, 1982. Yes. And I was shooting Taxi, trying to think, Tuesday. What episode were we in the middle of? Oh, it was like our 4th season, which was one of my favorite seasons. And so we were getting ready to do the Ted Danson one, but then it was postponed. So we waited a couple weeks to do
I
it.
wonder
But
what it
anyway,
looks like
that's
in your
how it
brain,
works.
right? It's like calendars,
It's
images.
like I'm back.
Wow, unbelievable.
You know what it is? It's like I'm catapulted. It's like a time travel, and I'm back in the day. And like when you said August 6th, it's like I'm there. I'm
Fascinating.
there, and
Amazing.
I know what happened.
I wish we could talk to you
so,
longer.
So I mean, you might have been able to ask me those other, whatever you had in mind. But I've been on shows where people have said like blah blah blah. And it's like,
Right.
that was,
I don't know.
or a sports question. or
Mary Lou,
something.
we're going to have you come back on DBL. Whenever you're in Denver,
Absolutely.
please come here
Absolutely.
physically at the panel,
Joy.
and we adore you. You can also catch Mary Lou.
We
in
have
the-
so much. But let me tell you something.
Yes.
I've been watching your show like this whole time. Oh
Yeah?
yeah, that's on June the 13th, Aurora Tea Garden on June 13th on the Hallmark Murders and Mystery Channel. So that's gonna be. But you guys are a blast. Every single thing you're talking about, I want to like sit there with you for a day
Be on the
and
panel.
like hang out and
We'll
talk.
be here.
Anytime. And she gave her own plug. She's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, she's
Thank you.
amazing.
Wow, you belong here. We'll be right back. Thank you, Mary Lou.
She's done. Amazing.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones with the week's top style and trending news. Let's find out more in Fashion Fix. This trend was once considered controversial. Now it's one of this spring's signature styles and my what the fashion moment of the week. And this one's for the fellas. First, they don't call him Harry Styles for nothing. This singer is known for his standout fashion, and it's no secret why. It often blurs the line between the feminine and masculine and is nothing if not adventurous. But there's another music icon we might have to thank for inspiring Harry's look. None other than Mick Jagger, of course. From poofy outfits to statement blazers, sparkling accessories, ecru hats, and even pinstripes. It looks like Harry might have taken a page out of Mick's book from back in the 70s and taped it up in his closet. Whether we're singing Brown Sugar or Watermelon Sugar, true classics never go out of style. Next.
It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. So there's been an increase in scams targeting online shoppers. The most common scam involves pop-up ads advertising an item marked down much lower than the actual price on the site. That's a red flag. And always look, this is a great tip, for the HTTP, the S in the website link, that stands for secure, which means you can trust it. When it comes to your financial assets, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn a little bit more.
Okay, the S is for secure, but what's the HTTP, the OPP down with me? What's
Do you know what? I Googled it and I
nothing came up.
It was real quick, and I was like, what does it stand for? I just wanted it to be like this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It didn't come up high.
The answer is I don't even know how to Google what that means. We're just gonna go.
He's just gonna give us hands, Stephanie. Just give us hands.
S is for secure. Just keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
There you go, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you.